afternoon. I have a couple things here from the nekiaMarie that I want to look at. The first thing I want to look at is it's a clip she did that called 304s are broke. With that being said, let's go ahead and look at that.
This machine could change t-shirt printing forever. I printed this t-shirt with the back.
Y'all, I had to share this with you all because when I came across this video of this young lady here going off, I said, finally, okay, we are starting to see so many more women out there become very bold and very open and honest about what is at play. And I have to take my head out to you all and salute you ladies out there because I already know that it is a tough position to take. You're going to get scrutinized. You're going to get picked apart. You're going to be called a hater. You're going to be called somebody that is male identified, a pick me, you know, whatever. And so I know how tough it can be to take a stance that is a righteous stance that, again, would more than likely go against the quote unquote sisterhood and having to kind of stand on your own. And so I want you young ladies out there to understand that I am standing with you and I support you and I absolutely respect what you are trying to do. All that I hope is that it's not falling on deaf ears and the other young ladies out there can take heed to what we're trying to do and do things differently because we already know what is waiting on the other side when it comes to whole culture, when it comes to wanting to be, you know, a part of this whole fake luxury lifestyle and trying to play on men and do all of these really silly, ridiculous things that will feed into the illusion of you being a boss chick or you being a well put up woman and so on and so forth. It comes with a lot of dark sides to it that nobody likes to explore because they don't want to step on the toes of the quote unquote sisterhood. But let's get into it, you all. Shout out to Chrissy. I will put the name of her channel on the screen. It is escaping me right now, but I believe it's called Chrissy Comments, something like that. But salute to her. Y'all go and feel free to check out her entire video in its full form. But I just decided to piece together some of the clips that she had in her video discussing this topic at hand and really breaking it down further, okay? But again, y'all get the lights up and let's listen to what Chrissy has to say about the whole hold out lifestyle because she is shaming y'all. All right, Chrissy is bringing back shame, and I am so proud of my little sis, or maybe she's my big sis. I don't know, but she looks pretty young and youthful. We could even be the same age, sis. I don't know, but nevertheless, that's my good sis from now on, and we want to break it down.
So apparently being a 304 is now a new vlog trend on TikTok. The girls are cashing in. They're showing this wonderful lifestyle of eating crab legs and throwing money in the ATM. So let's take a look.
Okay, let's see what this says.
I'm good.
It says, me drunk,
I'm good, fam.
eating
How
crab
y'all
legs,
doing?
getting paid bands for doing nothing, getting paid off your ex-husband when I tell you I love my life. So,
Really? You would rather hoe than earn a living. Let's continue.
this basic chick here eating cheap ass crab legs
Like, share,
is out here
subscribe.
bragging and boasting
Like,
about
share,
how
subscribe.
she's able to live a luxury life and a good life off of somebody's ex-husband that pretty much is out here just slanging peen on her and dogging her out and sweating her out. Like, she's making it seem like that is the luxury life to live and she don't have to do anything to get that. A crab leg. Are y'all serious? Honestly, I want to know, are you whole serious? Are y'all really out here bragging and boasting about having to be put into a pretzel position for a crab leg? Yeah, because I let your ex-husband all skeet on me, and you know he take me out the crab
thank you for
legs.
selling.
I'm better than you. I'm a bossed up chick. I'm living my best life. I love my life full of cheap crab legs and peen. Girl, gross.
This is tonight, and it's only 8:11. Real hustler, bitch. Keep adding zeros up.
So my number one issue with this whole 304 trend and these girls doing these vlogs, like this vlog lifestyle, is that this is once again marketing to young kids.
I told y'all that I was on,
Yep.
start
It
doing
is.
304 content, I guess. So this is the room that I got.
I paid like $100 for it. You know, don't mind my suitcase. It got like a little sofa. I can sit with my coloring book and my little, candle. My first night
I've
here was
seen
$100.
homeless
My second night here
shelters
was
a
like
little
$85.
better than
I
that.
didn't pay a deposit, but they do charge a deposit. You got a full length mirror. Yes, I caught it here. She called the F mirror. Now, oh my God. Get the lights up for me. We have got to make this widespread so that other young ladies can be aware of the damage and the dead end that they are being
That's
led
just
to.
sad.
Okay, so
Welcome,
first things
welcome.
first, the other hoe was out here bragging and boasting about having crab legs that she didn't have to do nothing for besides double hand twist and whatever. But then shortly thereafter, it was a clip of somebody getting a whole bunch of money, I guess, sent to some kind of bank account. I don't know. And I'm going to be honest about it. Only getting a few stacks after having a whole bunch of different men hit it from the back. It's not something that I would be bragging about. I'm just going to be honest about it. You can make a lot more on a damn YouTube video.
Well, they ain't got nothing else to
than
brag
the money that I've
about.
seen you bragging about selling your puss for. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. And
Ain't
it's no
got
shame,
nothing
no
else to
tea. I'm
brag
just,
about.
look, y'all out here making it seem like, oh yeah,
Hello,
I'm
welcome,
eating
welcome.
crab legs and y'all see my money going up and it's only 8 o'clock. Ma'am, I've had a YouTube video. This one. I had a singular YouTube video. Get what you just got for having to sell the twat in a day. Yeah, I mean, so it's not really the flex y'all think it is. Then you have this goofy female here showing off a 304 hotel room that's just the cheapest looking I'm trying to watch my language. This is the cheapest looking ish I've ever seen. And then you got the restaurant. What is this?
Introducing business essentials from U.S. Bank with no monthly maintenance fee checking and card payment processing. It's time for events on WhatsApp.
Give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute.
This? What is this, ma'am? Yeah, I got my soaps and stuff already out.
And we keep saying, oh, what's happening?
Right, Chrissy? Because she's making it seem like this is some luxury stuff.
It ain't.
You got a basic full-time ass couch.
It's a basic
It's junky as hell.
room. The room
I'm
is
just not understanding,
basic.
Chrissy. You want my 304 content, I guess. So this is the room that I got. I paid like $100 for it. You can't get a better room, ma'am? That's what I'm saying, y'all. These hoes is broke.
Yeah, they are.
They're broke.
This-
Matter of fact, let's break
broke.
it down, y'all, because I did do
They
a little bit
broke.
of research. And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. So this whole little video clip I'm going to share with y'all as we continue to go on into the video, it's pretty much a lot of these 304s making it seem like they're making so much money, they are living such luxury lives, and so on and so forth. Yet we can see them eating cheap crab legs and being in bando hotel rooms. Anyway,
Yeah,
this is what I
they
came
do look
across.
like a bando.
I decided to research and see how much do ex-workers really make, right? It says, while platforms like OF highlight high earners, the reality is that the average content creator earns significantly less. One source suggests the average person on OF makes around $200 a month.
Really?
Can I be honest with y'all? And you know what? I'm gonna try to be transparent with y'all today. All right? Because I really want to help these young ladies out there to understand that you do not have to sell your soul and sell your body and sell your life for a few $100s. Like, that's crazy. No money. You should be looking at yourself like you are priceless. That's first things first. But let me go to one of my least performing videos over on YouTube, right? So this video here, it did not do well. As you all can see, it ranked 10 out of 10, which means that it was the last performing video out of my recent uploads, okay? On that video, I made $124.21 as of today. Now, that video is going to continue to make more and more money. But yeah, that's my worst performing video. and it was only 19 minutes. I didn't have to suck nobody's peen for 19 minutes. I didn't have to get put into a damn pretzel for 19 minutes. I didn't have to sell my damn soul and my integrity for 19 minutes.
Talk
and I
about
made
it.
damn near $200 off of a terrible performing video. We're not even going to get into the ones that do well. You know what I'm saying? So there's alternatives. There's better things to do. Okay, you can move with righteousness and integrity and make what y'all are making, selling y'all's damn coochies for. You know what I'm saying? And it's no shade. It goes on to say this is partly attributed to the platform being oversaturated. So it's too many hoes.
Yes,
Okay?
too many, y'all.
Hoes out here like, somebody got to do something that's righteous. Somebody got to do something that's actually...
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. That's basically what you got going on. Let's continue.
productive in the world. Amen? Amen. But let's continue because it's more. All right? And I found this to be very, very eye-opening. It says, street-based X work. Pimps and traffickers may earn substantial income from X workers, potentially ranging from $5,000 to $32,833 per week. So, the people that are directing traffic, and y'all know we trying to say we got to watch out for YouTube, the ones who are managing the hoes are making way more money than the others.
They are.
So being an O all the way around is just like, why? You're like the runner girl.
Yeah.
What? It says they typically employ multiple X workers with a high turnover rate. Customers may be charged an average of $150 per hour. And I just showed y'all my YouTube video. The one that did the worst. Okay? And I made damn near that. Like, please. It says customers may be charged an average of $150 per hour. And my video is only 19 minutes. Okay? It says, though prices can vary based on factors like the X worker's age and background. However, research suggests that street-based pros, okay, itself may not be particularly profitable for X workers. Clearly. Okay? Clearly. Because, ma'am, look at this hotel room. Okay? We can sell y'all broke.
Yeah.
You know, don't mind my suitcase. Yeah, I like a little sofa. I sit with my coloring book and my little, candle. My first night here was $100. My second night here was like $85. I didn't pay a deposit, but they do charge a deposit. Ma'am, you just spent all your damn money on the hotel room. Y'all only made $200 a month. Y'all only just made $150 an hour. You wouldn't spend that on a damn broke ass room. Excuse me, y'all. My passion, it stems from just being frustrated and tired of seeing, women subject themselves to this. I know what's waiting on the other side for y'all, and it's not pretty. A lot of y'all end up strung out. A lot of y'all end up passed around. A lot of y'all end up, and I don't like that. I don't like that. And y'all are doing it for crab legs, cheap hotel rooms, and a few $100. You got a full leak mirror? Yes, I call this a mirror. And then you got the restroom. It's big. I got my soaps and stuff already out.
And we keep saying, oh, what's happened to the youth? The youth, they say, what's happened to the youth? This is what's happening to youth. This shit right here, okay? These girls who had to go into prostitution and sex work they now have a platform, and these platforms allow it to show people how much money they're making in a night by doing some nasty, nasty stuff for some nasty, nasty men under the disguise of clients, under disguise of #304. These girls are subject to some serious, heinous crimes out here that are very real and apparent in today's world.
It says up to 3 in 4 X workers report being assaulted at some point in their career. Wow. And let me make this abundantly clear. Even in the article that I put up for you all, it says, while platforms like OF highlight high earners, the reality is that the average content creator earns significantly less. It's the same thing with what we're seeing with those women out there with all of the stacks of money, and they're on this trip and on this cruise and they're on this vacation or whatever the case may be. It's the same thing. They're showing you all the highlight reels. Best believe that is not happening for the average And it's not even happening to them on average. They're showing you all the nights to where they did win big. But is that happening ongoing? No. Is that on a consistent basis?
No.
Is that every day? Absolutely not. Which is why they are broke. But let's continue.
So to sit up here and do a luxury escort $2,000 night montage is so misleading to people, so misleading to impressionable people, impressionable young people,
Kids.
that there are no risk involved here. Your life, your physical safety is the biggest risk.
Talk about
and
it.
I'm going to take that back. Let's blow this up.
Beat Up's Pick 6 meal for 2 is $19.99.
$19.99? Shut up.
About what?
Shut up.
Weekdays back. Save up to 80% off everything home during Wayfair's big
Come
sale.
on.
Now through October 29th.
Oh my God. And I'm so sorry. But, ma'am, who is this? Life of a young and turned hoe with no pimp. Ma'am, this, you gotta bust it open for old man Larry that's trying to be young still. Like, you can just tell this an old ass man that's trying to be young and hip. And, you know, maybe he had a midlife crisis, or maybe he is somebody's ex-husband, you know, and he's trying to feel alive again. And so he want to trick off on a young hoe. And a lot of y'all cheat, okay? A lot of y'all cheat as hell. But are y'all really bragging and boasting about being with old man, want to be young Larry? Please. I'm sorry, Chrissy. Continue, sis.
Risk involved here. Your life, your physical safety is the biggest risk.
So I just want to say this. It's nothing wrong with quitting being in a 304 lifestyle because you genuinely passed that. Like, I used to dance in Cleveland. Now I live in Atlanta. I got better opportunities than to just be dancing in Cleveland. But don't you ever quit being a 304, a sugar baby, an escort, selling just because of what other people be saying. Because a lot of these chicks not living that type of life because they don't have the opportunity. These chicks be out here begging. These chicks be out here sleeping with dudes for free, can't get $1. You know what I'm saying? Can't get no money, can't even get Pampers from their own baby dad. So don't like switch up what you're doing just because of what they saying. Because if these hoes could, they would. They just don't look good enough to attract the type of dudes that be funding that kind of life. I don't care what nobody say. And these dudes is paying for OS and exotic dancers and everything else. So like, don't ever switch up what you're doing just because of what other people be saying. Because the real tea is that they be jealous. Don't nobody want to go to work every day. Don't nobody.
Bitch, what?
Don't nobody want to go to work every day. Girl, you got that right. Yeah. And don't nobody want to sell no ass every day either. Stupid.
Talk about
Bad
it.
part, Chrissy. Bad part, Chrissy. And let's be very, very abundantly clear as y'all get my likes up. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Gotta let these young ladies know this is not the wave. Okay? She out here talking about, oh yeah, because, you know, they're just jealous. If they could, they would do. It's just that they be hating on us because they ain't got no high value tricks tricking off on them. Man. Ma'am. Look at you.
Where the
And
hairline
look
at?
me and Chrissy. And it's no shade. If you think that me and Chrissy could not get in on the 304 life, please. It's just that some of us, we care about our future. We care about having morals and values. We care about our overall mental health and well-being, our physical health and well-being. It's not about the dollar amount all the time. You know what I'm saying? I really hate that for y'all. I hate that y'all are able to put a price tag on y'all's souls, on y'all's coochie. All right? And a lot of y'all got kids. And so I feel like how Chrissy is looking right now, like, what? How dare you? What you done ass? And I just really hate it. I really do. I really do. But
Ass every day either. Stupid.
oh, thank you. Just stupid. Nobody wants to say their ass every day. Nobody. I don't know about y'all, but you need time to rejuvenate and recuperate. And man, rejuvenate and recuperate. I don't have time to be out here busting open for Dustin, then busting it open for Ryan, and then but that's a lot.
Ain't nobody got time for to be walking around with a disease ridden box.
That's a lot. Okay? I have a whole husband. And look, that'd be a lot for me. Okay? I have a whole, and that'd be a lot. One man be a lot for me. So I can just imagine me doing all these tricks and tips and all of that on different pains for $100, and one ain't enough, so I gotta do another man and another man and another man just to make $300, $500. I mean, that's too much work. That is work, sis. That is work, sis. What are you talking about? Oh, don't nobody want to work. Y'all have it in y'all's minds that throwing that hands back is not a job. It's crazy. Y'all have it in y'all's minds that slobbing down a whole bunch of different corn on the cobs and eggplants is not a job. It's crazy. Like I said, I got one husband. Okay, one man. And if you're trying to do your job right, that's a lot. Okay? So I can just imagine you having to do all these different ones in one sitting. Like, no. Y'all working way harder and not smarter. You could have got with you a good quality man, settled down with him, and yeah, you only got to do the tips and tricks on him. And guess what? He's going to pay the bills. He going to love you, respect you, honor you. You know, you ain't got to go out here sad like that. $200 a month, y'all? Really? $150 in 1 hour, but you had to do all this smutted out stuff? That's crazy. You can have a whole husband. And what's sad is a lot of y'all won't, because don't no man want to be with no female like this. Get the lights up.
The most important race of the day. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Chris for the win. Dunkin's $6 meal deal. Get a bacon, egg, and cheese, medium coffee, and 6 toasty hash browns. Only at Dunkin'.
Get the lights up.
What's up, y'all? Come spend the day with me as a 304. I have a trick that loves when my cat is a little
Man, you was just
Before
gross.
his bookings, I always go to the gym first. I give him exactly what he asked for, plus a little more. But anywho, after I left the gym, y'all, I was so hungry I could eat your baby daddy. But instead, I settled for some Chick-fil-A. After that, I went home, took a shower, changed my clothes, and then I headed over to my doctor's appointment.
Chick,
I had an appointment
you
with my
look
orthopedics
broke.
because I felt like my legs were still behind my head. My doctor said I probably just need a new profession, but clearly she don't know what she's talking about. So next.
Yeah, I promise I'm not trying to be funny.
Chick, you
I
was
promise I'm not.
broke.
But is she really out here trying to flex, making it seem like she's living a lavish luxury life, and her doctor don't know what she's talking about or what they talking about, because, you know, I'm making all of this lavish money and you talking about I need to change my profession? Oh no, do you see how I'm living? Man,
You was a
flexing with
brokey.
Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
You was a brokey.
Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
Brokey.
Then y'all out here bragging and boasting about being with nasty ass old men. I'm sorry, I don't want to lie down with a man who likes steak and box, because that means that you are a bacterial infected man, in my opinion. Because if you like my box stank and sweaty and nasty, I mean, that means that that's what you're accustomed to. You're accustomed to dealing with all females that's like that. So you a nasty ass man. I wouldn't even want to deal with you. But I mean, this is what y'all do. This is what y'all do, and we're stupid, and we're pygmies, and we're jealous because you're able to go and buy McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. Because you're able to eat cheap crab legs. How much is crab legs, y'all? Y'all know I'm plant-based. I don't know. Let me see. And eating plant-based is not cheap, just to let y'all know. But let me see. How much is the damn crab legs? It says crab legs are graded by size. So this tells you how many legs you will get in a pound. If, for example, you see 10 to 13 on the packaging, you'll get between 10 and 13 legs per pound. Okay? And it's saying that 1 pound of crab legs is anywhere from 10 to as much as $30 per pound. Are you serious? $10, that's so cheap. Is it really? Yeah, because he spent $30 on my crab legs. Period. I'm high value. Really, ma'ams? This is what y'all are bragging and boasting about. This is pitiful work. She out here
Very
pulling up to
pitiful
Chick-fil-A and
work.
McDonald's after giving sweaty coochie to a dirty, nasty old man, and she feel like she's, you know, living the luxury life. And the meal was only $4.39. Girl, if you don't get out of my face.
I'm a bad bitch first, and I'm a hot mom immediately after. Because before I knew it, it was time to go to football practice with my son. Now, once football practice was over, that should have been my cue
No
to get dinner
shame.
started. Now, we ain't talking about what I
This
should have
chick
did.
got
'Cause what I
no
did instead was go ahead and get us some
shame.
Chinese food.
Man.
You still eating. You know what? This right here is what really pissed me off. These hoes be having children. Okay, that's what pissed me off. They have children out here, and they're all on social media talking about, oh yeah, you know, because I live like this, and I can afford that, and I get this from my trick, and I give sweaty coochie. They
No
have
shame.
whole human
No
beings that they birth
damn
on this planet,
shame.
able to have access to these things, able to have young classmates. They can potentially ridicule them and shame them for these things. And I'm tired of y'all. Okay, if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your children, please. Cause I'll tell y'all right now, doing all of that for crab legs, Chinese food, McDonald's and Chick-fil-A, and a raggedy ass hotel room, it is not worth it. It is not worth it. Have some morals, have some value, have some standards for yourself. This is not nothing to glamorize and be proud about. Be a righteous young lady that respects her body, that respects herself enough to say, you know what, I'm not even going to put a price tag on my vagina. I'm not going to put a price tag on my body. I'm not going to put a price tag on myself. I have a lot of integrity. I have a lot more self-worth and dignity. I'm not going to maneuver like that. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, the man in the future, and you're going to want one, the quality good men in the future that you're going to want, need, and desire, they are not, I repeat, not going to take you seriously. They're not even going to look your way. And your children are going to suffer too. Because they have to also bear the weight of your choices. And it's disturbing. And y'all should be a lot more ashamed than y'all are. And we do need to be like Lucy and bring back shame. Yes, we do. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. To shame some people into being righteous. Into doing the self-work, the self-reflecting. To figure out, why do I want to be a part of this type of lifestyle? Why am I viewing myself to be so cheap? We have to do that. And I feel like by us doing that, more and more young women will be turned off from living particular lifestyles, indulging in particular activities, and, you know, just being very mindful and aware of what they are choosing to do with their lives, because it does matter, and it can and will follow you. Y'all are all on social media with this. Which means that y'all don't have any shame. So we do need to be shamed for this. This type of stuff is...
Here we go.
There's something to be said for living in the moment. But there's something magical about making
grocery store where it's... Now, I'm going to do my absolute best to make this extremely brief. But it is something that has stood out to me for a very long time. But today was the icing on the cake. And that thing that I am now going to go ahead and vocalize and put on record is the fact that when it comes to black women, we are the ones, right? It is us. We hate natural hair. Yeah, I said it. We are the texturists. A few weeks back, I went to an establishment, and I'm not going to say where I was. I don't want to put anybody on blast or anything of that sort. But I went to an establishment a few weeks back, and at this establishment, it was a majority black women that worked there. And when they saw me, they were like, oh, girl, you wearing an afro? And yes, I was wearing an afro. I was rocking my afro. And they said, oh, girl, you rocking an afro? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, you know, well, I know, you know, your platform of, you know, mostly black men, I know they probably don't like your hair like that. I said, actually, I get the most compliments from black men when I do wear my afro. And mind y'all, a lot of these black women that I'm running into, they are, you know, wearing the straight hair, the lace front wigs or the sew-ins, quick weaves, like they're wearing those type of styles. And so when I said that, it was like she was taken aback, like, really? The black men? The men like your hair and afro? I said, yeah, I get the most compliments when I wear my hair in natural styles. And she was like, "Oh, girl, I could never, I wouldn't ever wear my hair like that. It's just too much. It's just too much." Then today, right? I go and I get my nails done. And yes, it's Asians that work there, But again, it's going to be sisters in there getting their nails done and things of that sort. So when I walk in, all heads are turning, right? And it's not to be conceited like I'm just the baddest chick. I'm not trying to say that, but you do notice when people are noticing you. And so a lot of people were just like staring, like, oh my God. And I sign in because I had an appointment. So after I sign in, I get ready to head to a seat so I can sit down and wait for my nail tech to come and get me. But before I go to sit down, this black woman stops me and she says, "Your makeup is so pretty. I love your makeup. It's so pretty." And I say, "Oh, thank you. Thank you so much." Now, I do notice her looking at my hair, but she never says anything about my hair. It's just strictly about my makeup. And again, no big deal. I appreciate the compliment, right? But I'm paying attention because I'm noticing this. After a few minutes, they tell me to go and meet my nail tech at her station, and she would be out shortly. She was in the back getting some things situated, and she would come out. So I go to my nail tech station because I did have an appointment, and I go and sit down, and then shortly thereafter, she comes out to meet me. Before she even says, "Hey, how you doing?" Whatever, she immediately goes into ranting and raving about how beautiful my hair was. "Oh, your hair is so beautiful." Now, mind you, she is an Asian woman. "Oh, your hair is so beautiful. Oh my God, I love your afro. Oh my goodness, you have all this beautiful hair, And, again, I say thank you and everything of that sort. And she proceeds to do my nails and everything. But the whole time, she just really going in about how beautiful my afro is, how beautiful my hair is. Then, after my nails are done, I go to the grocery store because I have to cook tonight. And I needed a few items so that I can, have dinner prepared. As soon as I walk into the grocery store, you all, what do I hear? "Oh my goodness. I see you, sister, with that beautiful afro. I see you with that afro." And I turn and I look, and lo and behold, who do I see? A black man. This brother is just shouting in front of the whole store about how beautiful my afro is, how beautiful I look, how stunning I am. And he even went as far as saying, "Oh yeah, do y'all see her? She's better than the preacher's kid." Now that took me out, okay? That took me out. That was funny. But I'm going to be honest. People, all of them start stopping and staring and like, "Oh yes, you look beautiful. Oh, I love that afro. Oh, your afro." And the brother's just like really hyping me up, like, "Yes, you look good, and you got pretty teeth." Now, my teeth better be pretty as much as I paid for them, but that's beside the point, okay? The point is, a lot of sisters really don't value ourselves. We don't appreciate ourselves in our natural states. And even when we do have hair extensions and stuff of that sort, why is it that we don't even go out of our ways to maybe get hair textures that resemble our own? You know what I mean? Like, let's make that something that is at least implemented into us wearing hair extensions and wigs and weaves. Like, yeah, make that a part of, your aesthetic. Make that a part of your beauty and what you embrace. Let that be a part of your enhancement, if you will. But the mere fact alone that we don't do that, and we immediately go into getting long blonde wigs that's straight and
See, I think that's because of two things. I think one is that some black women do not know how to properly fix their hair, and two, some black women just outright hate their hair. I mean, that's my opinion. May not be yours, but that's my opinion. I think that some black women hate their hair, and some black women don't know how to fix their hair properly. Let's get back into this.
We want to go and get wavy hair and, anything but kinky hair. That already is illustrating how much we do not love ourselves, how much we do actually hate how we're naturally born. Y'all have no idea how many women I've heard throughout my lifetime, black women I've heard throughout my lifetime say natural hair isn't for everybody. I don't look good in natural hair. And that always just blows my mind, because how can something that you're naturally born with not be for you? Let that really sink in, marinate. How can something not be for you that you were literally born with?
James believes keeping a close watch on his spending helps him resist temptation. By tracking spending in the Wells Fargo mobile app, James wins again.
And I no longer want to hear anything about, oh, well, it's because the men. No, it's you. Yeah, I said it. It's you. It is us as black women that hate ourselves. And blaming men is merely a cop-out. It gives you an excuse to continue to hate yourself by hiding behind the shield of, well, the reason why I do this is because the men made me. And the irony to that is, we are the same women that swear up and down that we don't care about what the men think. Yet the reason why you don't wear your natural hair is because of what the men think. Please
Lies.
stop.
Lies.
Learn to love yourself. Learn to embrace yourself. Everybody else is doing that but us, and I'm sick of it. Today exposed a lot. But unfortunately, this has been an ongoing thing. But today was just it was overdose for me. It was OD for me. I got compliments from black men, Asian women, white women, and my sisters said nothing. And it's not that I'm walking around trying to fish for compliments or anything of that sort. It's just something that you cannot help but to notice. Especially when you hardly ever see black women with afros.
Right.
Without the long straight bust downs. Come on now. It's time to call this stuff out. Let's be honest, let's be real, so we can change it. And if y'all are out here hiding behind other people's hair textures, colors, and things of that sort, and I'm not even really too big on the hair color thing, because to me, I've seen some of the most beautiful afros that were, red and ginger and blonde, so that's not even a big thing for me. But the texture piece, I feel like is really, really major. And so if we're out here hiding behind everybody else's natural hair states and textures but our own, what are we ultimately teaching our daughters about themselves and about their beauty? What are we teaching the younger women, the younger black girls coming up behind us? What are we showing to them? So no, I don't want to hear anything more about, oh, well, it's the black men.
No, it's
black
not.
men love my afro. As a matter of fact, people in general love my afro, love my natural hair texture. Everybody but my sisters. So before y'all start going around projecting your own self-hate onto other people, take a look at yourself. Ask yourself,
This machine
Here we
could
go.
change t-shirt printing forever. I printed this t-shirt with the back neck label, sleeve hit, and
This
the
is
dating scene for men is
this here now is 5 major reasons why older men are staying single today. Let's get it.
a wrap. And everybody can see it, especially the women. And the reason why the women are seeing it the most is because they are the ones that are looking for men and they're nowhere to be found. Men are choosing to be alone and they're standing on it. And what makes it even worse is the fact that they are comfortable and content and completely fine with doing life by themselves. I recently came across a video from my brother Darwin McPherson to where he broke down 18 reasons why a lot of older men of today are choosing to be single. But what I want to do is take it a step further and highlight 5 major reasons that I myself as a woman constantly hear from my brothers as far as why they are choosing to be single. And yes, a lot of these things that I'm going to mention can fall under the category of what older men are saying and what older men are experiencing. But let's make no doubt about it. My platform is composed of men from all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different races, and they're all saying the same things. So even the younger men are choosing to be alone. Even the younger men are choosing to put themselves first and prioritize their own well-being and being self-sufficient over finding a woman, settling down with a woman, becoming romantically and intimately involved and seriously involved. And yeah, they are doing the same thing and following behind a lot of the older men as well. So on all fronts, women should be shaking in their boots.
They should.
And I did, for a very long time, do my best to prevent today from happening. And what I mean by today is what we're seeing. What we're seeing is a lot of the men say, yeah, I'm actually happier by myself. It was never supposed to be like that. Women were supposed to be delivering to these men such a beautiful, great quality and standard of life and living that a man could not ever even fathom an existence without a woman being on his team. But we fumbled. We fumbled and got humbled because a lot of those same women who were trying to be strong, independent boss chicks or turning down and passing up the good quality men, they're now begging. They're now crying in their cars, talking about how they shoulda, coulda, woulda. And the sad thing about it is the men do not care. Sorry, sweetheart. You messed up. That's on you. I'm going to be over here elevating, evolving, growing without you. And to me, that's the most heartbreaking part of all of this. It was never supposed to get to this extreme. It wasn't. Men and women were supposed to always come together, build together, and thrive, prosper. That's what it was about. Like, we're not put together here for no reason. So to see the state and the climate that we are in today, it is heartbreaking. But I thought I would come on here and give you all 5 major reasons that I, even myself as a woman, constantly hear men say as far as why they are choosing to be single.
Damn, Lord.
All right.
Bad.
So without further ado, let's hop into it. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And let's get into the first thing on our list as far as a major reason why a lot of the men today are choosing to do life alone. So the first major reason that I hear as far as why a lot of the men are choosing to be single today is because it saves them more money and it's more cost effective.
Yes, it is.
Let's be honest, you all. A lot of the women today have dug such a deep hole for themselves that any man that they encounter, they are going to want them to rescue them. And what is that going to cost? Money, and lots of it. Women are so impulsive with the spending.
They are.
Women are so consumed with looking like they are living this lavish and luxurious life that they would go into I'm gonna be real, millions of dollars into debt just so that they can look like they are living a luxury lifestyle, just so that they.
Not only will they go into debt, some of them will scam and go into debt, just so they can look a certain way.
Are able to flex on the next couple, on the next woman, on their ex, so you have all of that going on. And with women being so irrational and impulsive and emotional, even with their spending habits and how they are choosing to live their lives, they're going to need a man to be able to come through with that bank account and that checkbook real heavy, so that they can clean that up. And men today are like, no, I'm not going to do that. It would be easier for me to just focus on my own living and standard of living instead of trying to get into a relationship with a woman to where I'm going to have to clean up all of her debt, and she's going to also be looking for me to be her sponsor. Let's talk about that, because that is absolutely a major reason why men are not getting it.
And something else with women today. Women today want sponsorship and nothing else. What I mean by sponsorship is that you pay their bills, you pay for their gas, you pay for their lifestyle, and whatever you get out of it is what you get out of it. No, it's a bad deal.
Involved with women. Not only are you all a financial burden, but y'all are also so selfish and entitled. Greedy and needy that you have it in your mind that a man is supposed to take care of you while you just sit there and reap all of the benefits and rewards. Men today are not trying to do that. Why would I take on the additional financial burden of taking care of a woman when I'm not even able to be taken care of by that same woman in return? No, a woman is supposed to make my life more enjoyable and easier, not be a burden to my pockets, not strip away my foundation and everything I tried so hard to build. So men today are like, no, y'all stay over there with all of your bad decisions, your bad credit, and your debt, and figure it out. Because me, no, I'm thriving. I already have a system that is built in for me to continue to build upon my wealth, build upon my business, build upon my finances, and they love it that way. I don't have to be burdened with the responsibility of taking care of a woman and catering to a woman and making sure that she's secure and she's safe when she's not even going to do the same thing for me. No.
Free radicals are everywhere. Protect yourself against them with Palm.
Icon has the tools pros trust, tested tough and backed for life. Only at Harbor Freight.
Come on.
No, I have it figured out over here by myself, and I like it there, so we're going to stay put. And that's a big reason why I hear a lot of men say that they would rather be single. It's just better financially, and they don't have to be worried with the responsibility of taking on a partner that really is not even a partner. You're not even tag teaming in. You're not even taking your finances and adding on to the foundation. Whether that, again, is going to savings or investments or, hell, just doing something nice for me. Like, men get nothing out of dealing with the average woman today. And that just is what it is. And that's why they are choosing to be wrong. Y'all let me know, do you agree with that being one of the top major reasons why a lot of you men are being single? Let me know. If you disagree, that's fine as well. But that is what I'm hearing a lot from my brothers as far as why they are choosing to be by themselves. Now, let's move head along to the second reason on my list as far as why I am starting to see a lot of men be by themselves and love it. So the second reason is pretty obvious, but a lot of the guys, they're tired of looking for a unicorn.
Exactly.
They always hear about how there's good women out there and you just have to be patient and you just have to do your due diligence to find her and, investigate and inspect and
we ain't got the time.
The rugs and look under the lamps and I promise you're going to find her. No, they're tired. Okay? They've been there. They've done that. And I don't have time. Every woman that I encounter that I think is different, she turns out to be more of the same. She just had a good representative. What do I mean by that? Well, she played a good game. right? It's a lot of chameleons out here. So where on the surface they can look like, oh yeah, she's solid. She'll even pretend to be solid for a good 6 months to a year, and then when she gets comfortable enough or she feels like she has you, now she's back to doing the same things that a lot of these everyday genetically modified modern day females are doing. That's why we call y'all GMO. Y'all are not natural, y'all are not organic, and y'all are not authentic to what a woman is supposed to be. And it's only a matter of time before you expose yourselves and the men say, yeah, waste of my time. So they are starting to feel like, there's no good woman out there. Every woman that I think is good, she turns out to be a piece of trash, and even if you do come across a quote unquote good woman, guess what? She's going to prioritize the no good guys over the quality men. Because for whatever reason, a lot of the women of today, they want a passion project. They want a man that they have to build up to be a man instead of just getting with the man that is already the man that he's supposed to be. And I'm going to be real about it. A lot of times, those women look for passion projects because they are able to boost a woman's ego by being able to say, look at what I did. I changed a Smokey into a great quality stand-up husband. I was able to take a bottom of the barrel ass guy and turn him into a champion and the type of man that every woman would want to be with. You know what I'm saying? So you have that element going on, and on top of that, you have a lot of women that
Shit so tight, got 'em feeling like you're fucking on a verge.
that would rather get with the no good guy over, the good man, because let's be honest, you all, oftentimes these women are intimidated by a man who has his things together. You're not going to be able to dictate him, control him, get over on him, because
It's frat season, bro. Bitch, I'm big.
Shit so tight.
he already is wise, intelligent, and he has life figured out. And all he's needing from a woman is to be the proper assistant, be the proper helpmate. I don't need you to lead me. I don't need you to teach me. I don't need you to guide me. That's my job. And a lot of women do not want to get with a man like that because, again, that's going to make it very difficult for her to manipulate and get over and control and have leverage. But y'all let me know if y'all agree or disagree with that one. But that is something that I always hear from my brothers as far as why they are choosing to be single. I can't find that unicorn. What are y'all talking about? I don't see any good women out there. And if they do exist, they're also on some nonsense as well. Or they're also enabling a lot of the trash behaviors of the quote unquote bad ones. But let's move head along to the third thing on my list as far as one of the major reasons why a lot of the men today are choosing to be alone and be single. So the third thing on my list as far as why a lot of the men are choosing to be single today, is due to them not being able to have real peace. Now, my brother Darwin touched base on this in his video, and please, you all, feel free to check it out. It was a very straight to the point, direct video to where he broke down 18 reasons why a lot of men today are choosing to be single, older men specifically. But the peace element, to me, is the major piece as far as why a lot of the men are choosing to be by themselves. Let's run the clip and hear what Darwin had to say as far as the peace element is concerned.
I wish I could just watch live sports at home for a great price.
Choosing custom.
Darwin had to say as far as the peace element is concerned.
He's experienced more peace without a woman. I'm gonna say that again. Older men have experienced more peace without a woman. This one hurts, but it's real. Most men have experienced more peace being single than they ever had in a relationship. No drama, no arguing, no ego wars. And once a man takes that kind of quiet, he stops chasing noise.
Ooh, and like I said, you all, a lot of men are experiencing this. They're experiencing the fact that being with a woman comes with a lot of headache. It really does. She's going to come equipped with a lot of demands, a lot of commands, a lot of things that she feels like she deserves that you need to deliver to her. And if you don't, best believe it's going to be a lot of complaints, right? So the men today are like, look, it's more quiet. It's more peaceful with me just being able to do my life how I want to do it on my own terms. And like I said earlier, that was never supposed to be the case. Women were supposed to show and prove to these men that we were assets instead of liabilities. But we did it wrong. We did. We came through treating men like tools, treating men like they are our property, like they are ATMs. And that's a hassle. That's a headache. And nobody wants to feel like they're just being used and taken advantage of. And that's ultimately and essentially what a lot of the women did to the men. So where now they're in this mode of feeling like, look, I like having my own space. I like having my own peace. I like being able to live my life how I want to live my life without having to answer to anybody. But ladies, if we would have came into these men's lives and offered to them things that were complementary to what they already had going on and collaborated with them, that would have worked so well in our favor. So where we would be able to have men that we could love, that could love us, that we could nurture, that could nurture us, that could provide, protect, lead, and teach. But we block our blessings every time. Every time we fumble and get humbled. Then you see a bunch of these women crying their cars talking about shoulda, coulda, woulda. Well, whose fault is it? You all made it something that was possible for men to experience life by themselves, and they got comfortable. Let's be honest about it, you all. And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Like Darwin said, it's quiet here. It's peaceful here. I don't have to hear somebody complain about what I didn't do and what they need and what they want and me having to constantly bend into their will. No. And like I said, that was never what a relationship was supposed to be anyway. It was supposed to be us coming together and being complimentary, us showing reciprocity, appreciation, dedication, so on and so forth. But we didn't do that. Now the men are in this cocoon, if you will, and they're good. You know, I have things situated and set up exactly how I need it to be. I have a routine now, and that is also factoring into why they are so comfortable with being by themselves. But y'all let me know once again, is that something that is right on the money or am I off base? Let me know. But let's move head along to the fourth thing on my list as far as one of the major reasons why a lot of the men today are choosing to be single. So with this one, it's a little sticky and tricky because we already know that as we age, more than likely, people are going to come equipped with additional baggages, if you will. And that additional baggage could be children, right? And a lot of the guys today, they're just not wanting to play the stepdaddy role. I'm sorry about it. And we already know that it's way more women out there who have children than there are men that have children. And a lot of the men, they want to start their families from scratch, right? So one of the downsides that a lot of men are running into when it comes to dating and relationships is the fact that they cannot build a family from scratch of their own. A lot of these women, they're going to come equipped with baby daddies, baby daddy drama, children drama, and they just don't want to touch it. You know, they want to start their families organically with their own DNA to where they don't have to worry about children growing up and resenting them and talking about you ain't my daddy and all that. Like, they don't want to deal with that. And so that is also a major reason why a lot of men are choosing to be single. If I get involved with a woman of today, they're more than likely going to come equipped with children, and I don't have time for that. I don't have the money for that. I don't have the resources for that. I don't have the patience for that, right? Because let's be clear, a lot of the men are going to be expected to financially take care of not only that woman, but the children as well. That ties back into the first thing that I mentioned, which was, you know, the money and financial aspect of dating and relationships. And a man is going to more than likely have to uproot his whole life and reorganize his whole life to accommodate a woman and her children. And they don't have time for that. They don't want to do that. And maybe they do have the money, right? Maybe you do have enough money and resource and everything of that sort to be able to completely rearrange and change around your whole life to accommodate a woman and her children. Maybe you do, but a lot of them, they don't want to do that, you know? I would rather start from the ground up instead of having to just jump right into it and automatically, all of a sudden, just have a whole reality shift overnight. I don't want that. You know, I want a gradual change. And I want to build and start my own family. And that is something that a lot of men are complaining about. Like, no, I'd rather be by myself because at least I don't have to take on the responsibility and the obligation of taking care of an already made family, which again can come equipped with its own dramas and setbacks in and of itself. So, yeah, a lot of the men are choosing to be single for that reason. Now, do you have men out there who have children of their own and they don't mind collaborating and getting with a woman who has children herself? Yes, you have that. But let's be honest, you all, a lot of the men out there, and you would be very surprised that there are older men out there, they don't have children. And so they don't want to have to jump in head first and take care of an already made family. No, thank you. Hit up your baby daddy, see if he can get back with you and help you out because I don't have time. All right. But again, y'all let me know if you agree and disagree. I look forward to what y'all have to say. But let's hop into the last and final major reason that I hear my brothers complain about as far as why they are choosing to be single. And that last and final reason is, drum roll please, it's too many monkey branchers. Now, what do I mean by that?
Yep.
What I mean by that is this. A lot of the women today are looking for men that are going to level them up and build them up for the next guy. Men have seen that play out time and time again, and they want no parts of it. For crying out loud, you all, they have something called a starter husband. Yes, you heard me right. Y'all know how they talk about starter homes? Yeah, they have starter husbands, to where you get with a man that is financially stable and secure, and you be with him for about 2 years or so, just long enough so where you can reap some kind of reward and benefit from the system, and then you leave him.
And it's and mess like that is why women are alone. On that right there. If you're sitting, has you just heard what nekiaMarie just said? Is some women that use marriage and divorce has a come up, which is also another reason why black women aren't getting married, because some women want to use that as a come up. No, ain't no man gonna set himself up for failure.
It's more than an SUV. It's your Chevy Equinox with advanced safety features.
Leave him, take half of what he has, and then move on to the next man. And you keep doing this over and over again until you reach a level in your life to where you feel like you're good enough to be by yourself. But the downside to that is, ladies, you're never going to be okay with being by yourselves. All right. So that even backfires on you. So where it's like, oh yeah, I have all of this money, I have all of this security, so I can be single. No. Why do you all think we see so many successful women still be outside trying to find them a husband, trying to start a family, so on and so forth? Money cannot buy or replace, rather, your female nature. Okay, so let's make that very clear. But nonetheless, this is what women try to do time and time again, and men just want no parts of it, because I'll be damned if I get with a woman and I fall in love with her and I build her up, all for her to leave me and monkey branch to somebody else that she feels like is bigger and better than me. Don't want to do that. So wasting my time, a waste of my money, a waste of my love, effort, so on and so forth. And so, yeah, done with that. But that is something that I oftentimes hear my brothers complain about. You don't know what woman you can really trust. Is she really here for you, or what you can do for her? Exactly. So that is a lot of the gripes, or those rather, are a lot of the gripes that I hear about women, and why it is contributing to a lot of men being alone, choosing to be single. All right. That is my list. Y'all let me know what you agreed with, what you disagreed with. Big shout out to my brother Darwin McPherson, because he was the one who inspired today's dope discussion. And again, you all go and check out his video and, give him your feedback as well.
Okay, here's another one.
Before we get into today's dope discussion.
This clip here is called "This Is Why Men Gave Up on Dating." Let's get it.
I want to make it abundantly clear that I am in no way, shape, or form trying to ridicule anybody, bully anybody, shame anybody, make anybody feel less than or anything of that sort. However, in this long clip that we are getting ready to break down, there are a lot
I'll be right
of
back,
teachable
y'all.
moments that I feel like a lot of women can learn from and hopefully be able to extract valuable information and do a self-analysis to see where they may be coming up short, and also take huge inventory on why it is that so many men out there are done dating. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. When I tell y'all this video right here was very eye-opening yet troubling for me, I said, yeah, we gotta touch base on that. Because unfortunately, there are probably a lot of women out there who are just like her, and they don't understand where they are coming up short. They don't understand why men are not pursuing them or taking things to the next level, or they don't understand why they are stranded and stuck in the streets, for the streets, to the streets, being passed around. And it is because when a man tries to give you the benefit of the doubt and a man tries to give you a chance, y'all absolutely blow it. And again, ladies, this could be a huge reason why men are done with you. Again, likes up for me. This is a lengthy clip, so I hope y'all got time. Get your juice, get your popcorn, and I look forward to seeing what I got to say about this. But let's listen to what this lady had to say, all right? It says, I got into a fight with my date, all right? So let's listen to this.
So I just got into a fight with my date, and I just left. So, long story short, I met a guy on the app like a week ago, and we've been like talking on the phone a couple days this week. We agreed to meet up today, Friday at 7:30. I didn't hear from him today, the day of the date. We talked last night for like 10 minutes, but I didn't hear from him today. And I'm an anxious attachment girly. So, you know, I need some reassurance today of like, especially for a first date. We've never met in person before. We met online. So I was like, I need to know that we're still going. So I'm trying to get out of my own way. So I text him, even though I didn't want to. I text him and I'm just like, hey, we're still going. Haven't talked to you today. So, you know, I want to make sure we're, you know, still on. And he's just like, oh, yeah, it's been a busy day. I can call you right now. And I'm just like, oh, no, that's good. Like, I really appreciate it. That was a green flag to me that he, you know, was like, oh, no, it's just been busy. I can catch up with you right now. And so that was a green flag for me. But I ended up getting ready. And I was running a few minutes behind, and I just told him, you know, after I had sent that text, like, you know, I have a 40-minute drive, so I just wanted to make sure. And that's important, so hold on to that. So I get ready. I'm a few minutes late. 7:30 we were supposed to meet up. 7:35 was about my ETA. So I'm communicating the entire time. I want to be the communicator that I want. I want people to communicate with me a certain way, so I communicate with them that way. So I'm communicating with him the whole time. He says he's there. I said, okay, I'm going to be there I'm pulling up in 5 minutes. I'm about to get off the highway. So then he tells me, oh, we have a 35-minute wait. We can go walk around the mall.
If you're starting a podcast in 2025, you should be looking at video.
In podcasting, the number one most important thing is not video, it's consistency. But there's a real intimacy, I think, with just audio. The visual element might mean that some people won't jump in.
If there's any young creators watching this, or
Aw. Y'all are gonna be pissed off at me probably, but I did what I did.
Now, she's laughing and giggling this part off, but this is very, very telling. So let's try to summarize as we are going, because like I said, this is a longer clip, and I want to make sure that you all are able to understand what's at play and what's going on. So she is getting ready to go out on this date with this young man, and she's trying to communicate with him to meet up. He has told her that, look, it's been a very busy day, but yes, we are still on track to meet up. As a matter of fact, to give you even more assurance that I am on board with this, I will call you right now. She said that it was a green flag. Thank you very much. That gave me extra reassurance and confirmation that this date is going to progress forward. Now, she said that she had to drive 40 minutes to this location. And upon her reaching this location, he tells her, look, it's going to be like a 35-minute wait. So how about we just utilize that time to walk through the mall? Now, if you are genuinely interested in somebody and trying to get to know them, that shouldn't be, in my opinion, a big deal, right? If this is our first time meeting up in person, that is the perfect opportunity for us to get to know each other even better outside of chewing on food and drinking drinks. Like, we're able to walk around, get a feel for one another. That way, when we do sit down at dinner, we'll be a lot more comfortable. At least in my opinion, that is what that would lead to. So I personally don't see a problem with this. And to be very clear with what I'm getting ready to say, I believe that she also did not find a huge issue with that, which is why she is making the disclaimer of, y'all gonna have a problem with this. Because probably now in hindsight, she's realizing that maybe she overreacted by canceling this date.
She did overreact.
It's a 35.
It ain't no thing. It's that she did overreact.
At the mall, get to know each
She
other.
got in her ego and she
Let's keep the game
overreacted.
on that. I really do believe that she is right here in this very moment realizing that, yeah, I kind of overdid that. I kind of overreacted.
Too late now.
It wasn't that big of a deal. And with her knowing that maybe she did blow it and she did mess up this date, or, you know, the possibility of a relationship blossoming into something better, she is already throwing it out there to us that, yeah, y'all not gonna like, you know, what I did, but, you know, I did it. And now, during the duration of this clip, she's going to be, in a nutshell, trying to justify her very rude, impatient, and flat out just bad actions and behaviors. Okay? And again, ladies, if you find yourself doing some of the same antics and having some of the same thought processes as this woman, I really need you to sit down with yourself and figure out what you need to tweak and do differently. Because if you do not, you will be in the streets too. You will be by yourself too. And in my opinion, and that's why I make the disclaimer, in my opinion, a chick like her, she definitely should have been on her best behavior.
Yep.
And she definitely should have not taken that man's kindness as a weakness or taken him for granted and just written it off. Because, ma'am,
You should have took that walk.
there are bad chicks. And I'm not trying to call this woman unattractive or anything of that sort. I'm just being honest and I'm being real. Okay? There are way badder chicks than you that are still alone, single,
Yep.
not being asked out on dates.
Yep.
Like, again, ladies, look around. The climate is changed. The climate is different.
Talk about it.
Men are not going out of their ways to meet you, greet you, date you, nothing. Talk to you, get to know you, ask your name. Like, this is the climate that we are living in. And so for a woman like this to be taking certain things for granted is wild, crazy work.
Very
But
wild and
let's
crazy
continue
work.
because there's more to this story. Hit the likes up for me.
I end up just telling him, like, well, at first I was just like, I called him, and I'm literally like pulling up into, if you're in the DMV area, I live in Baltimore County, we met up in Arundel Mills. So I'm pulling up.
Wait a minute. He went through all this trouble for a chick from Baltimore.
And, it's a complicated parking situation, and I'm just like, why was there no reservation made? Oh, I've been here multiple times. I never had to make a reservation. It's Friday. They're busy at the restaurant. Like, he's just like super aloof, just like, it's no big deal, whatever. And I'm just like, I drove 40 minutes. It is the evening. I am not interested in walking around the mall. Like,
Woman, go hell.
while we wait another 40 minutes for our reservation. Like,
Again, not trying to be rude or mean, but
You should have took that walk.
ladies, a lot of y'all could stand to walk around.
Talk
All
about
right.
it, Danica.
No shade. Not trying to be mean, not trying to be rude, but ma'am, you probably needed to walk around a little bit. Burn a few calories. Get some things flowing, you know. Some of y'all could stand to do that. And what harm is it in walking around, talking to somebody, getting to know somebody that you are on a quest to find a true, genuine connection with? That could possibly blossom and lead into a long-term committed relationship. This is why y'all are not even getting married. Y'all can't even get to boyfriend and girlfriend status.
They can.
Because you're complaining about having to walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. You could have went to a few stores. Who knows? The man, he could have took you shopping a little bit. Something. But no. So many of y'all, unfortunately, are just so impatient, so lazy, so greedy, that you don't want to do anything outside of what you came for. Oh no, that's an inconvenience to me. I'm not going to be walking, and I'm not going to be talking, and I'm not going to be... Well, ma'am, once again, this is why the men don't even take the time out of the day to do anything with y'all, because at any little inconvenience, you ready to throw the towel in and complain about something, when that could have been the perfect opportunity for y'all to really connect and bond and build. And again, you can stand to walk, sis. You probably need to go for a little bit of a jog from what I can see. And it's no shade. But let's continue.
And so I'm just like expressing my frustration to him and just saying, like, you know, like, I feel a little silly right now because I just drove a really long way and, like, you didn't even make a reservation. And so he's just like, well, just park, just get situated. Like, we'll, you know, like, it's not that, basically just saying, like, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm just like, it kind of is, though, because I just drove a really long way and I just, like, I feel a little played right now. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me take a beat. I was like, I think I'm not, I told him straight up, I'm not going to be a good date to you. I was like, I'm not really happy that I drove all this way and that, like, I have to wait 40 more minutes. And I was like, I'm just going to take that time and go back home.
X-Tool apparel printer, a new solution for making apparel easy.
I printed this t-shirt with the...
I think she was very unreasonable. I really do.
Very.
But I want to ask
very
y'all,
unreasonable.
put a 2 in the chat if you feel like she was justified in her frustration and she was well within her right to go ahead and go home, considering that there was no reservation made and she had drove 40 minutes. Put a 2 if you feel like she was good for doing that. And then I want y'all to put a 1 in the chat if you feel like she is being extremely rude, impatient, inconsiderate. I'm going to drop my 1 because this was crazy to me.
Very.
And ladies, when I say things like this that I'm getting ready to say, y'all would say that I am in some way advocating for women to settle and for women to just tolerate and put up with whatever type of treatment. But I got to be real with this. And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Ladies, especially women like this, to where you were lucky that somebody was taking the time out to do anything with you, right? But I gotta be real, okay? Ladies, we are in such bad times when it comes to men and relationships and dealing with women that you are absolutely, positively lucky if a man is even asking you out on a date, let alone presenting you with an opportunity to get to know him properly, get to know him better. Like, you are even lucky that you're on a date in which you have to wait anyway, because you could very well be by yourself eating a McDouble or a McChicken, you know what I'm saying? Scrolling on down Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, whatever the hell, and just miserable. Because that's the time that we live in now. We live in a time where men are not even trying to date. So for you to be this impatient, this inconsiderate of this man's time, because this is not just about you. He took time out of his busy day, which he already stated earlier. Yeah, it's been hectic, but yes, we're still on for the date tonight. He took time out of his busy day to get ready to drive up there. And I'm pretty sure he was going to pay for the meal. Like, this guy put in a lot of effort and work to even date you in the first place. So for you to have such a nasty attitude, drive all that way, and then say, no, because you didn't make a reservation, I'm going back home, that's trash. And like I keep saying, a lot of these chicks will be the same ones complaining about how men don't make any effort, men don't take any time out, men don't pursue. Look at what y'all do to these men when they do make an effort, when they do take out the time, when they do try to accommodate. And what's even more lousy is the fact that so many women don't understand, again, this climate that we are living in, to where this may be your last damn date.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure this woman is going to look back on her actions and look back on what this man was ready and willing to do for her, and she's going to be extremely regretful and remorseful.
Too late.
Because she's going to see, dang, I kind of did have a good dude who would at least do this for me, at least attempt to do that for me, and I blew it. A lot of y'all have an abundance mindset to a fault, to where you feel like, oh no, another one's gonna come, oh, it don't matter, I can treat him any old kind of way because another one's gonna come. And ladies,
and they're gonna learn the hard way.
I'm trying to be rude or mean to this young lady here, but that may not happen for a woman like you, especially.
With the way you
like, from what I have been able to.
And sis, with the way that you build, sister, not Danica, but the other chick, you look like you're a heavy set woman. Your best bet is to take what you can get. That ain't me fat shaming, it's just me being real about it.
Observe, and I'm just being completely transparent with you all. Men today are only approaching women
That's
if
what
they
the
are
time.
absolutely exceptional women. I'm talking about he feels like another one of her won't present themselves to him in a very long time, so let me go ahead and pounce on this.
Yep.
And even when it comes to those type of women that are exceptional, they're still being extremely hesitant with even approaching them. So, with understanding that, why do y'all feel like it's okay for you, again, not trying to be mean, not trying to shame nobody, bully nobody, nothing like that, but look, we gotta be real. What makes you think, as a woman that is average at best, who does need to do a little bit of walking, what makes you think that you're going to have all of these men lined up to date you? What makes you feel like you can fumble a perfectly good date over something so minor, to where all you had to do was wait 35 minutes, walk around a mall? Women love to damn shop. Walk around a mall, talk to somebody that you have an interest in, and bond until you're ready to eat. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Why do y'all feel so entitled? When you have, again, some of the baddest chicks who are stranded in the streets because men are that done. Let's continue. It's going to be a long, dope discussion. So, again, get the likes up for me and let me know if I'm off base. Let me know if I'm being mean, if I'm full of ish. Let me know, but yeah.
So I know y'all gonna probably think I was snobby for that, but I'm sorry. We can blame it on me being hangry or whatever, but I'm just like, I know myself, and like, we're already in the negatives. There's no reason for me to sit here and wait with this man knowing that I'm not going to give him a fair chance. I know myself. I said, let's just reschedule. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just really frustrated about this. So he ends up, so, I hadn't even parked at that point, so I turned right back down around and give him the highway. And so he calls me, and he's just like, well, I'll come to you. I'll drive 40 minutes to you, and, where can we go in your area? So half of me is like, okay, I appreciate the fact that you're trying to make this even, but also now I got to come up with some plans, and we're still probably going to have to fucking wait. In my, I live in the suburbs, but still, like, so I'm like, I recognize that I'm frustrated in the moment, and I'm just like, let me take a beat for a second. Let me just, like, I'm getting back on the highway. Let me just think for a second and figure out what my next plan is, because I'm fully dressed, makeup on, whatever. And I'm just like, let me take a beat for a second. And so, I'm thinking about just saying, you know what? He's saying that he wants to come on this way. I got a couple of spots that I know that we can go to, but like, I just need to take a minute to like cool off. So I was going to just be chill about it or whatever. Then he presses the issue, and it's like basically trying to chastise me for being upset. And that's when I was just, I lost it, because I'm just like, he was basically like, oh, well, if I had made a reservation and the restaurant was busy, what would you have done?
Valid question. Things can happen. Things can pop up. I've had reservations before, and it's still a wait. That happens. So where it's like, okay, I understand y'all had reservations, but this party over here is taking a little bit longer to wrap up. But as soon as they're complete, we're gonna get everything cleaned up for you all. You'll be able to sit down. Like, that happens.
I wish I could pay for live TV only on the weekend.
Sling lets you do that.
That's great.
I wish I could take advice.
Spray tan.
That's cheating, Janice. Introducing Passes. Get live TV for the day, week, or weekend, starting at $4.99. Sling lets you do that.
Like this area right over here where we've got the backup power. My friend Mitch installed a transfer switch so that we can just plug in the jackery.
Here we go.
What would you have done then? Would you still have been upset with him? Probably so, because she already said she's hangry. And ladies, we have got to do better with our damn appetites. Okay, learn how to intermittent fast a little bit, drink some water. Just chill out a little bit. Everything is about what you need to eat and what you about to eat. And girl, it's crazy. And again, something I picked up on, not trying to be rude, I'm trying to be mean or anything of that sort. However, this is her all glammed up. She said, I look cute. I got my makeup on. I'm dressed up. I got my hair. Look, this is her all glammed.
If this is you with makeup on, I hate to see her without it.
Glammed up. And I promise you all, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not. But this is teachable. This woman is not the finest.
She's not.
Now, I know beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all of that, but I'm going somewhere with this, and y'all get the like stuff for me.
This chick, honest to God, is barely average at best. I'm just saying.
Right, and let me know if, again, this is me and I need to shut up, let me know. But this is her at her best. And the reason why I brought up her look, and it's no shade, but some of y'all favorite femininity coaches would say the same thing. Y'all love going on Ashley's little thing on her channel and getting rated by her and her telling you, oh, you need to lose weight, fix your hair like this, do that and third. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, you're being mean, because y'all's faves do it to y'all every damn day. But the reason why I brought up her looks is to illustrate the fact of the matter being that, ma'am, you are ever so lucky, once again, that a man is going above and beyond, out of his way, to again try to accommodate a woman at your level. I don't think a lot of y'all women really understand how much of a privilege it is for a man to take time out to try to deal with y'all. Do y'all know how many men are out here like, I'm happy by myself? I love being single. It's more peaceful being by yourself. Like, men are like that. So, for a man to be making all of these adjustments, trying to meet her halfway, overcompensating, if you ask me, like, he's doing too damn much. The moment that she got back on that highway, I would have been like, oh yeah, I dodged the bullet. She crazy. She tripping.
Yep.
She really didn't want to wait 30 minutes for a table. To where we could have walked around the mall.
Like,
probably bought her something, but she's so impatient that she couldn't even do that. She's so selfish that she couldn't even see my effort. The time that I took out. There would have been no calling back. There would have been no text message. There would have been no voicemail. She would have been X'd out.
She would have been cut off.
Her look to illustrate the fact that these men are absolutely trying. These men are not being shallow. These men are not out here trying to be rude, be mean. Like, they're being extremely reasonable to make this amount of effort for average at best chicks. And the average at best chicks feeling like, oh no, I'm the prize. I don't settle for this. I don't wait around for that. I'm too good for this. That's crazy, nasty work. And this is why men are done with y'all. Like, seriously, when will y'all wake up and finally realize that it is a privilege for a man to even be talking to you, let alone trying to spend money on you and take you out, get to know you, settle down with you? Like, girl, she had to be dealing with a good man. Because the amount of disrespect that she showed that man is nasty. And then considering that she's not the baddest of the baddest, and he's still going above and beyond all of his way to assist her, to make things easier and better for her, yeah. And like I said, y'all, these men are clearly showcasing to you all that they are not being shallow. They are not being unreasonable. They are genuinely trying to establish a connection with y'all and get to know y'all. And y'all are the ones who are just looking for a free meal. Like, seriously, she would have to be somebody that's just looking for a free meal if she didn't even want to take 30 minutes out of her damn night to talk to this man. And like I said, she could use a few steps. Okay? Man, I'm pretty sure you did not hit your 10,000 steps today. You could have walked around that mall. And it would have did you some good. Let's continue.
There's something to be said for living in the moment, but there's something magical about making it last.
It would have did you some good. Let's continue.
And yeah, I was just like, are you being for real right now? If you made a reservation, we wouldn't have had to wait. If we had a reservation, that is the whole point of the reservation. And I was like, you're not being accountable. And now I'm actually getting mad. You know, like,
Chick, you're barely average at best. Why is you even talking like this? You're barely average at best. Shut up.
actually getting angry because, like, instead of just saying, hey, we crossed wires, I didn't think there was a reservation needed, let's try to figure something out. Like, instead of just leaving it at that, now you're trying to act like I'm wrong for being upset. And, like, it's not that big of a fucking deal. I really was going to accept his alternative, right? And because I'm really, really trying to, like, be a better human and a better girly, but I consider myself a reasonable person for the most part, but I just could not fucking believe you're sitting here trying to act like, well, what's the big deal? We would have had to wait anyway.
You probably would have. Like you said, it's a popular restaurant. It's a Friday night. Like, things can happen. And you didn't even want to take 30 minutes. 30 minutes? It's not like they say, oh, it's a 2-hour wait. It's an hour wait. 30 minutes, 35 minutes, ma'am. Like, women keep on exposing themselves left and right for just being users. And these men are still giving y'all the benefit of the doubt. He still could not see that, yeah, she just wanted something to eat. She was hangry. You were very unreasonable. As soon as he told you, yeah, it's a 30-minute wait, You were on the highway to go back home. How was that you being understanding? How was that you being patient? How was that you showcasing good faith and saying, you know what, we're just going to use this time to talk? You clearly just want this man to take you out, probably so you can post something on Instagram, get a free meal, because you look like you like to eat, and probably discard this man the very next day. A lot of you chicks do that. And then for you to behave like this and conduct yourself like this, yeah, he was well within his right to be upset. Like, damn, is it really that deep? Was it really that deep for you to drive 40 minutes out here and then get right back on the highway all because I said we can walk around the mall for 30 minutes while they get a table for us ready? Yeah, you were tripping. And I think you realize that now, which is why now that you're telling the story in hindsight, you're trying to justify, like, yeah, you know, I try to be an understanding, patient girly, and yeah, y'all are going to hate me for this, but yeah, you were wrong. And a lot of you chicks out there just like her, y'all end up realizing y'all's faults and y'all's flaws later, and you're able to see, damn, that really was a good dude, though, because he at least offered this. He at least tried to do that. And when you see that same man doing all of the great things with somebody else, you're going to be in your feelings. Especially when there's no other man coming up behind him to date you.
No, we wouldn't. That's not the point of the reservation. And so now I'm just like, listen, sir, I'm not trying to get into it with you about this. We can just plan something for another day at this point. Because again, I'm not going to be a good date to you tonight. I'm really getting upset now. And so like he's like,
I would be like, kick rock.
Like, I just don't get it. Like what's and I said, so now it's funny to you. This I went off the deep end. I was so now it's funny to you. Now it's funny to you that I'm upset about this.
He probably had to laugh it off to keep from cursing you out. He was being a gentleman. Because anybody else would have been like, B-word, you tripping? Yeah, take your goofy ass home.
I would totally get an F
So I was just like, you know what? You ain't even got to worry about me. Because now you're just not being accountable at this point, and now I'm really pissed off. Before, we could have just called it up as a miscommunication, crossed wires, whatever. But now, I'm pissed off. Because now you're like, damn near making fun of the situation or like acting like I have no reason to be mad. Well, we would have had to wait anyway. Like, no, take your L and I just got interrupted because he just called again. I'm not answering. But then like after that,
this man's still trying.
Wow.
And y'all say these men are out here not trying with y'all, not giving y'all a chance. Y'all swear up and down. And when they do, they're even giving average at best Alicia a chance. Blowing them up like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh no, I'm too good for this. Girl, unbelievable. Put a 4 in the chat if you feel like this guy was being reasonable with her and understanding with her and patient with her. Put a 5 in the chat if you feel like the guy that she was dating on this night was just being an a-hole. He should be understanding of her feelings. You know, he messed up. I'm trying to see something. Let's continue.
I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm actually good on this whole situation because I don't appreciate the fact that you're like not even taking accountability at this point and you're like making it seem like it's a problem that I'm upset in the first place. So I'm just like, I'm good on this, you know, enjoy your night. So he ends up texting me, and I'm going to put the text on here, but he ends up texting me basically like,
okay, it says, you're right to get angry, but I think you took it too far. See, we didn't have to wait that long. The table is ready. So again, you're being unreasonable, you're being impatient, and had you just parked your car and cooled off, y'all could have had a great evening. You probably would have even had your husband. Because ain't no man who does not see real value in you going to be going out of his way to try to accommodate you, assist you, and make up for the inconvenience. Girl, you blew it. You messed up. This why men done with y'all. This why a lot of y'all will be single, unmarried, by your damn self, struggling, because y'all don't know how to treat good quality men.
Like, well, you actually have a right to be angry, but I I think you took it too far. And then he sent me a screenshot. I was like, see, the reservation is ready now. Like, see what I mean? Like, see, you're making it a big deal. And then he says again, well, if there was a reservation and they were busy, we still would have had to wait. No, we wouldn't. Do not fucking gaslight me. Just say,
really?
Take the L. Just take the L. Like, I really was going to give him a chance, but it is what it is at this point. I look cute. I am...
No, you do not look cute. You look average.
Just gonna grab something that's already ready-made at the grocery store. It is what it is. Like, maybe I'll record some content for y'all, but I'm gonna take my ass back in the house. I'm already back on my side of town. He did just call me again. I don't want to talk. And at this point, it's really nothing to say because it's the lack of accountability for me at this point. So this would have been my first date of 2025. I have been dating a lot this year, but they have not been first dates. But this would have been my first date of 2025, and it was a bust. So yeah, I guess we'll just try again next week.
Nothing gives you more than
Good luck
Domino's
on that
$6.99 pizzas, especially burgers. Wait, go back. Ah, that's better.
Who needs sweatbands? Thanks to Old Spice Swagger Antiperspirant, I don't.
Good luck, ma'am. Because with that attitude, that is probably going to be your first and last date ever. Now, there was some people in the comment section that responded to her, and they made very valid points. Okay? This woman says, please work on your patience so you won't miss out on a good man. And that right there, big bars, big facts. A lot of y'all women out there, you already met your husband, but you were too impatient, you were too entitled, too selfish, too
Talk
greedy
about it, Danica.
to see it. Now you ain't blown it, and now you by yourself, still in search for that husband of yours that is now married to somebody else. Another person says, did you want to get to know someone or just eat a meal? And that is what she was giving to me. You know, to me,
She was just there for a
giving,
meal.
I really didn't come here to walk around with you and get to know you. I came to eat. She even said it, you know, maybe I was just hangry. You know, but I just didn't have no time for that. I just got on the highway and went back home and couldn't wait to stop at some damn restaurant to eat. Yeah, I'm just going to pick up something. Girl, and again, this is why men do not even take the time out to do anything with women because y'all seemingly are just being users. Another person says, I'm a total girl's girl. And even I'm surprised that you turned around over a 35-minute wait. Waiting on a table is a great way to get to know someone. And that is exactly my point. This is why somebody could reach the conclusion of she never really wanted to get to know anybody. And men can see right through it. And my heart breaks for the genuine women out there who are looking for something of substance, who are trying to find their special someone. But it's women like this woman here who gives every woman a bad name. By her exposing herself to this degree, she saved that man a lot of hassle and a lot of headache because can you imagine being in a relationship with a chick like this to where she's acting like this on the first date? If she's acting this entitled, this impatient on the first date, you can only imagine what kind of headache and heartache that she would put a man through if that was actually her man. And now she really feels entitled. Please. Somebody else says, we as humans don't let other people be humans. This is why folks can't do relationships. This is also big bars and facts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, things happen. He already had a busy day. Maybe he forgot to make a reservation. And like I keep saying, even reservations can have a little bit of a wait to them. And 35 minutes is not that long. Please. Somebody else says, I don't think he was the problem. And you know what? He not.
Never was.
And unfortunately, it's not a lot of the men that are. Okay? Now, do you have some guys out here who are just trying to use women and take advantage and discard of them? Yes, you do have that. But look at what we are seeing, you all. We are seeing that the men who are actually out here trying to put forth some kind of effort, they are getting treated the worst. And this is why so many men are dumb. Ladies, y'all have got to clean this up, because if you do not, it's going to get even worse for you. Not only will there not be any more dates, but ma'am, you won't even get a call back. You won't even get approached. We're in that time. And for so many of you all to be taking advantage of this and taking for granted good men who are pursuing you, nasty. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, opinions, and feedback about this in the comment section. Let me know, do you feel like that man was wrong? Do you feel like that woman was wrong? Do you feel like they're both at fault? We're always open to different perspectives. All that I ask that you all be respectful of each other's opinions and perspectives about our topics. But I'm going to see y'all in the next dope discussion. Y'all like the video for me, share the video, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one, okay? Much love and peace to my crown heads. And remember, ladies, that first date may be your last. You better act right.
And with that being said, I co-sign what Donika said. Share. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, excuse me. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all later. Peace.